Hello everyone, welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Rob.
I'm Mel.
And we're playing Small World of Warcraft today. We're going to take a look at this game from Days of Wonder. Thanks again to the folks over at Asmodee Canada for sending this review, press, copy, whatever you want to call it, for us to play on the channel. They offered it, looked cool. I did my research. I've always wanted Small World. I've been told I should have Small World in my collection, and I keep refusing to do such things. And good thing I did, because they made a prettier version that looks nicer, obviously, and yeah, we're gonna play it here, and we're gonna look at what's different. I did go back and watch like a how to play on original Small World like a week ago, just to kind of see like what was different after I learned this game. So we're kind of weird. I'm sure a lot of you know what Small World is. It's a super popular game. I remember getting into the hobby. It was one of the games like was recommended me to like start a collection with. It's an area control focused game. That's literally like all it's got going for it is area control. It's like, that's the game. It's like pure area control and like, I guess variable player powers, but it's like, that's it. Like that, and it's getting points. But it's a very popular game by Days of Wonder, the company that pumps out like great games all the time. Everyone knows Memoir 44, you know, what's that train game with tickets and you ride stuff? I forget what it is. Some little game nobody knows about. But anyways, they make that game. 5 tribes, 6 tribes, 7 tribes, the sequel 8 tribes and 9 tribes. I don't know what else they make. But anyways, I have Memoir 44. I have that train game, riding tickets. The heck's that little game called? Anyways, game no one's ever heard of. Anyways, but they make a bunch of these games. This is another Days of Wonder production. They used to be known for a company that only comes out with like 1 game a year. Now they're under Asmodee, so I'm not sure if that still applies. But that used to be their thing. They'd come out with like 1 game a year, not including expansions. They pump out expansions, but they always come out with like 1 game a year kind of thing. I remember going to Gen Con, Euro was like, what is Days of Wonder coming out with this year? Like, what is the big Days of Wonder game this year? And everyone kind of always rushes the booth, gets around it, checks it out, plays it, talks about it. It's either a hit or a miss. Usually it's a hit. But yeah. So hello everyone joining us live. Thanks for being here. I'm just killing some time for others to show up.
You're talking about what they have for dinner.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna pretend that's not happening. Just kidding. But I did see a question. Jim, I think, had a question.
Oh, about are the rules the same?
Yes.
Or was there another one?
There are some different rules. We'll go over those. Like I said, I kind of know Small World originally because I was looking at getting into my collection like 8 years ago, and then I just never did. And then other area control games came out, and I got them in my collection. Like, of course, Game of Thrones, the board game, Blood Rage. Can't think of what else, but those kind of games just kind of filled so many other area control games we have, but I can't think of. But anyways, yeah. So we got some other games. So this one's Cross Our Paths, Small World of Warcraft. So I figured, hey, let's get some Small World in the collection. So it's kind of like say a gateway game. But it's like on the medium-ish weight level, actually.
For us, it's, would you say light?
Yeah, it's
for us,
fairly light.
But,
yeah. Here, let's check this out. Okay, so on Board Game Geek, yeah, weight 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
So it's like pretty low on the complexity. I just have have trouble wrapping my head around how many freaking power combinations there are, and you'll see in a sec. That's the only thing. It's like I've played 2 or 3 times now we've played, and I still am like, what does this faction do? And I have to look it up, and I can never remember.
But I think that's the point. You're not supposed to, or you're not intended to remember all of them.
Well, I think it adds to replayability. Yeah, that's the idea. You can play the crap of this game, and you're still like surprised by combinations. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of the concept behind Smash Up, I think. Hey, Tails. Hello, Small World of Gamers. Awesome. All right, so 40 to 80 minute play time. Best with 4 players. We're playing in 2 players today, but we have played a 4 player. That's only, yes. Yeah, we played a 2 player. I've played a 4 player. 3 player. I've played it. I think. No, we didn't.
Nope. 2 and 4 only.
2 and 4. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it can go up to 5. No.
Oh, okay.
No, there's not a solo mode I know of, but I'm sure if I went in the forums... No, I'm sure it exists. I'm sure there's one for Small World that you could probably adapt. If you go to the forum section, go to variants, I'm sure someone has come up with some kind of solo mode, crazy stuff. Another thing related to the theme is I've never played World of Warcraft. I had a brother that was pretty addicted to it. He became homeless, hooked on drugs, and died because of this game. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, he got divorced from his wife, left his kids in the street while he was playing. Like, yeah, all these bad things you heard about World of Warcraft back in the day. It was a game throughout college. I know guys that missed exams because they were hooked on playing and doing raids. I saw my brother like late for things, missing meals, getting yelled at by our parents because he wasn't paying attention because he was locked in his room playing this game. And I helped him build a computer. I didn't know what it was for. First game he gets is this one. I was like, I felt like an idiot that I should have never helped him build a computer. But anyways, that's my history with Warcraft, or World of Warcraft. I have played, and like when they came out, I played Warcraft 1 on the PC back in the day, on like a 486 probably. I played Warcraft 2, blew my mind. And then I played Warcraft 3 many late nights. Loved Warcraft 3. And played Warcraft 2 recently with my daughter. Warcraft 3, showed her those games like in the last year. Or how fun they are, because you can play them on like any PC nowadays. But, so I understand the Warcraft world, but I've never played World of Warcraft.
Spoiler, I've never played any of them.
Everything is Rob's brother was 35 at the time. Yeah. It's my younger brother. Yeah. I know people still play it though. It's still a thing. Like,
yeah.
That's why they're still using the license. It has been out since like the early 2000s, I think, or mid 2000s. And they just keep pumping out expansions, bring people back into it. It's still a popular thing, I think. Otherwise, there wouldn't be slapping it on IPs unless it's just nostalgia. But I know expansions have released for this. They talk about this stuff. And Hearthstone, right, is based out of this world, right? That another super addictive game, the digital card game or whatever, right? Unless I'm wrong, I'm 90% sure on that. Mark used to play during my lunch at work. Luckily, I had a very understanding boss. Really? Wow.
And they had to come tap you on the shoulder. Mark, your lunch break is over.
No, it was tapping him on the shoulder going, Mark, you have a raid to get to this afternoon, and you need to carry me because I'm still leveling up, bro.
Elizabeth's here. Long time. Hello, Elizabeth. Yes, it has been a long time.
Hello, Elizabeth. Welcome back. Wasn't here for our Saturday with Mel and Rob, I noticed. I'm just kidding. It's all good. And you're still a WoW junkie. Okay. So great. I'm glad we have some people here who play World of Warcraft because
then it'll fit the theme, right?
Well, no, I'm curious what their thought is on them slapping it on. Is it just like literally they slapped it on? Is it a dumb game to put World of Warcraft with? I don't know. It's beautiful. I know some of these characters from Warcraft, like basic Warcraft. The art's freaking pretty. All the components are colorful and awesome. I feel when I look back at videos and images of Small World, it looked like garbage. Like, it just looked like not great. But again, that game is like older. That game.
I don't think I've ever seen a picture of that game.
Oh, I'll show you.
Or maybe I have and I just can't picture it.
I remember we talked about adding this to our collection like in 2012. I remember we were like holding it in a store and I was trying to convince you to get it, but it just didn't, like after we played Game of Thrones, the board game, I was like, maybe we already have the area control game I need. But then this one doesn't take 5 hours, so I don't know how the weight works. I think it's based on people just voting. So the weight on this is slightly higher, but I think it's like pretty much the same. And if not, the next one is probably a little more complex because it has just a few rules, additions, or tweaks, or whatever. But the regular Small World is came out in 2009. It's ranked overall 241, 218 in strategy, 49 in family. It's like a pretty high up there game that like everyone kind of knows about. It's just like a thing. So
okay.
They came out with tons of expansions for this, like tons of expansions. I see them all. They were coming out over the years. Like even 2017, they were still coming out with expansions for this game.
So it looks like they stopped though.
Yeah, I think so. If these are like in order of
looks
release,
like
but yeah, lots of expansions. So I'm assuming they'll probably take advantage if Small World of Warcraft actually sells well. I can see expansions coming out for this for sure, but I don't know if that's the plan. I would assume so. It's Days of Wonder. They also come out with expansions for things. They fit right in the Asmodee umbrella. But yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Sit down at the table. Hey, Bernardo. EverQuest. Bernardo was in for a little while. Yeah, and for anyone who doesn't know, World of Warcraft's like an MMORPG, so massively multiplayer online role-playing game is what that stands for. The whole idea was like brought like in Warcraft, the cool thing when that was like, you know, BattleNet was a thing, and you could then play with people online in Warcraft. Yeah, you'd get like, you know, 5 players in a match, 8 players or whatever, 4-player matches. You're playing with that many people battling each other, playing a real-time strategy game. But then when this came out, you're playing with hundreds of people on the same server. You got people in your guild, all like spending so much time together that people are like, they're like, people are meeting their like husband and wives on this. People are going to internet cafes for getting their children at home because they just get into it. They're leveling up. It has that like grind addiction to it. But there's a lot of stuff with World of Warcraft that's like bad publicity, but the game still is like super addictive. People connect on it. It's just a way to hang out with people on the internet. You have a little avatar. It was like, it wasn't the first game to do it, I don't think, but had the whole like emotes or whatever where you're like, you know, you dance and do all that stuff, and had a super popular South Park episode that like made the news at the time. I remember it was like a huge thing. They won like awards for that episode, and that also put World of Warcraft on the map too for some mainstream people and stuff. But it was a big deal. Dragon says I attended 2 WoW weddings. WoW is the short for World of Warcraft.
Yep.
You'll hear people just call it WoW. You play WoW? You play WoW? So yeah, it's a we're done online and in real life. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Wow.
That's cool.
And Bernardo talking about EverQuest is another MMORPG. There's other ones.
Okay,
like
so there's
Fantasy,
a whole bunch of them.
Final Fantasy has one. There's like every company's tried at it. They've all tried like to like get that money. Because it has that whole like I think that some of them are like that free to play model too, where it's like you start buying stuff in the the game
and silly question, like there's voice chat obviously and stuff.
You can voice chat, type to each other, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can have like your little party.
You have
people,
like a clan,
okay,
so like you could have tons of people involved in it. Like it's a big thing. That's why you'll see the clan stuff in here. That whole horde alliance versus horde thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's what that is. Okay.
I think that's part of that. Okay.
Sirhan, I 100% agree with you. That's exactly what I thought. That the boards look like Spirit Island, kind of.
So, yeah, that's what I should have showed was Small World. So let's talk about some differences. Let's see if we can find a picture of Small World. Okay, here we go. So here's a picture off BGG for Small World. It is a board. This is an expansion board, I think, though. They came with double-sided boards. They have a couple boards in the regular Small World game. They're double-sided for different player counts so that they're, smaller. So it keeps everyone fighting. The whole idea is called Small World is because there's not enough world to go around for all of us. And we all want to conquer different territories, take it over, but we have a ton of troops, ton of population. We need to get it out there, but there's not enough room. So we're all going to be fighting over territories. That's the whole idea behind it. Originally it was a board. This is not it, though.
Yeah, that looks big.
This looks cool. The other board didn't that I saw, but I think that's 2 of the boards kind of put together, but that's Small World. There is all the tokens.
The pieces?
Yeah, but this is expansion stuff, I think.
Holy moly.
But this game does have a ton of pieces in it. Like a ton for just the base game. I guess
if we laid it out like that.
So this is like all the factions here. We can actually look at the components. So the components in this game, like you'll see, you got the islands that are very pretty, and it's not a board. They're islands. They're separated. So you can enter on different islands. It costs extra if you kind of like sail onto an island for your travel cost. But here's all the tokens in this game using all like World of Warcraft themed art. Here's all your factions. Tells you how many pieces each faction has. Here's another island. You have all these like little tokens here, all these enemy or races, and the other left side called again, like special powers or something.
Yeah, they're special.
Yeah. So there's like a ton in this game, but it adds to the variability every time you play. So let's get down to the table. We'll show you some of this. Okay, so here's the box. I don't know. I just do that there, whatever. Other way. Okay, so here's 2 of the islands, but it comes with 2 large islands, 2 medium islands, and 2 small islands. And each island, this one, for example, is small. I can tell because it has S in the middle there. But you can flip it. And there's a whole other layout of territories on the other side. And yes, you guys are talking about Spirit Island. Very similar, like it has the different territory types, and depending on which faction you're playing or what abilities you have, you may get bonuses for being in mountains or swamps or forests or whatever. The water areas, unless your faction has like a special ability, are like out of bounds. Like you can't go into them unless you have a faction that lets you break that rule or a special ability. So you got medium tiles here. Just based on the player count, it will tell you which tiles to pick from. So it might say use like one medium, one large, and one small. You kind of shuffle them up or pick at random, flip it over, 50-50, roll a die, whatever you want to do. Flip them like coins. I don't know what you do, but anyways, you can do that. You pick randomly. So I just want to show you there is 6 total tiles in the game, and they're 2 large, 2 medium, 2 small, and they're dual-sided. So versus the boards in the other game, the base game of Small World comes with, I think, 2 boards, and both double-sided to kind of simulate this playing at different player counts. You obviously use a smaller board for the smaller player counts. Okay, so we're playing with these 2 boards today. I just picked them, whatever, randomly, and they're like islands. So you don't connect them. They don't join to make a board or anything. They're not like Spirit Island in that way. They actually stay separate. They're their own separate things. And you enter them via these little anchor symbol entry ports, okay? So if I want to get onto this island, I'm going to need to put some tokens on one of these entry points first, okay? Same with this island, obviously. So I can't normally just come on this swamp from here. I can come to this field by entering here with this little arrow in the spot, or I can come from here. And also you can move from this spot adjacent into a port and you're fine. There is an extra travel cost though if that is the first place you're entering to. So that's what you need to know there. This is the turn marker based on the player count. Also, there's some difference here. If you're playing 5 players, you're doing 8 rounds, 4 players 9 rounds, and 2 or 3 players 10 rounds. First player, we can just say it's you.
Yep.
We'll have the turn track, and the first player, when it gets to their turn, they got to keep moving this little crown down to let us know what round we're on. Once we reach 10 rounds in this case, that'll be the last round for us to play. What else do we need to know? Okay, so the whole goal of this game, you're trying to get victory points. They're called victory coins. So you have 1, 3s, 5s, whoops, and 10s. Jesus. I didn't just sort these out earlier. No, I'm just joking. It's all good. Not going to annoy me at all. There we go. So anyways, you have 10s, 5s, 3s, and 1s. The cool part is, as you see, the back of them are all the same. So the back of a 3 is the same as the back of a 1 or a 5 or a 10. That is because you keep your money, aka victory points, face down until the end of the game. We flip them all up and count them. You can make change at any time. Obviously, don't let the cheater at the table do that if you have a cheater in your play group, because there's a huge cheating window there where you can be like, yeah, I'm just trading in some tokens, and obviously flip them face up, show what you're trading in. But the rest of your coins in front of you are all face down. So no one ever really knows for sure unless they're like, what is that, like a memory genius, math genius, something, and are able to track like multiple players, every coin they get, every token they trade in. But yeah, that is how. Yeah. Note to self: don't let Rob make change. Exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. So that exists. So that's kind of cool that you can be playing at the table, and like other games we play like this, like area control kind of games, you kind of know who's in the lead, and then people at the table in a multiplayer game, especially 3, 4, 5, 6 players, will team up on whoever's in the lead. But in this case, you may be making an educated guess thinking you know who's in the lead, but you might accidentally take out someone who's not and allow someone else who's like kind of staying quiet, doing their own thing, and has a bunch of points hidden, could just win. So I think that's a neat concept. I know with a lot of games, like you try to keep it secret, or you don't have to show the opponent how many points you can have. Like Scythe, you can you're supposed to keep everything visible, but if anyone's caught counting, there's like a variant rule, even in the rule-based rule books, that says like you can penalize someone for like wasting time trying to add up your points and stuff. Like, just play the damn game. We'll figure it out at the end. This game like takes that to heart. The game comes with these reference sheets, and like everyone has variable powers, and these are just like quick summaries of the powers. So every race, there's this many different races, however many that is, and then there's this many special abilities. And every time you play, you shuffle up each pile and you join them together. So for example, if we started with this, you could play the Blacksmith Naga. And these guys have some, like, they can go in water spaces or something. I have no idea what this does because I don't think I've ever seen it. And based on you joining these 2 factions together, you could pick this as your faction to play with. you'll get 4 plus 6 tokens of the Naga, which is your race to play with, who have the special ability Blacksmith. Okay? And you play with that faction, you get a certain amount of tokens. Like I said, you'll get 10 in this case. And here's all your little units, your tokens, okay? They have a side on them, so there's this many races in the game. It's crazy. They give you this nice little storage thing to store it in. It has a lid, actually, to put it in the box like this, so you can pull it out and just play with it, and it's all ready for you. And the back side of these tokens, as you'll see, are not colored to show if a faction is like in decline, like your faction you're not using anymore, and they can't spread out anymore. So you kind of pick a faction. The idea is you spread out on the island, you score victory points, you pass to the next player. But at some point, you decide when you want to take a faction and put them into decline, and you flip them over. Now they do nothing. They just go face down on the board. You discard the rest. You leave whatever tokens are out there, and then you pick a new faction on your next turn. But you still score victory points like every turn, no matter what's going on, which is kind of neat. So it's like there's whole thing of knowing when to flip and when to just bail on a faction. You can only ever have one faction in decline and one active faction. The most you can have is 2 factions, one in decline, one active. Because once you flip your second one in decline, the other one gets fully discarded, leaves the game. Okay. So, we'll just do a little shuffle. Hey, Kanji.
Hi, Kanji.
And yeah, so the idea is you keep changing factions, you throw away factions, you get new factions. Every time you play, the races are in a different order, and they are paired up with different powers. There's other stuff that changes these games. I'll show you, not to mention the board. But the replayability here is pretty good. And then I'll just shuffle these up a little bit. I don't know what all these do. Like I said, we haven't seen all the special powers in our games. We've only played 2 or 3 games. And I haven't seen all the races in use, because not all of them get picked in a game either. Not all of them even make an appearance, especially in lower player counts. And of course, every time the pairings of races and special powers are different. So how it works, set this up here. We create like the drafting pool here of factions. We start off with no faction. On your first turn, or after you've set a faction in decline, or a race in decline, or whatever it's called, you pick a new one on your next turn. And you always have 6 to choose from. So this is our choice. Even on the top of the stack, you can choose this one if you want. As soon as one of these gets taken, you put another one in and slide them all kind of up or whatever. You can only take the top one for free. If you want to take one down below, you have to put a 1-point coin on every one you pass to work your way down to get a faction you want. Again, we're not pros. We don't know all the factions. We've seen a couple a few times, but some we've never seen. So like we're going to be looking up abilities and discussing them as we go. This is going to be a slow play of this game. Please do not judge the play time based on this. We're going to be talking about it, discussing each faction, maybe getting you guys involved on picking which faction I pick or whatever. And we'll discuss like what the powers are and how they go. I did link down in the video description, and if it's not there, refresh. I put the link to the rule book. So if you want to check out the PDF rule book, have it open in another tab or something, or on a mobile device or something, you can look up in the back appendix if you guys want to play along, and you can see all the races here and what their powers do, and all the special abilities here and what they do. So if you want to see what's available here before we pick, you can kind of like look at what's here and maybe recommend something, or get involved, that kind of thing. So, and I'll play whatever. So if you guys want me to pick a certain faction, whatever, I'll try it. Even if it's not great. I always pick random. I don't even usually know what my faction does. I just pick it because I'm like, I just want to learn them all and try them all. So I usually pick something I've never played before. What else? Setup. We also need what are called Murlocs. These are like a neutral little AI kind of in decline faction that just kind of goes on the board and becomes annoying. Okay, and I'll explain what we do on our turn when we got all our stuff going. But these go on these little spaces with seashells on them. And these are just little annoying guys that are in the way. They make it a little harder to get into these spots. Do you see any more?
No, not on this one.
Okay. So again, we're playing 2-player. So as you'll see here, in a 2-player game on the right here, and 5 to 2 players, you can see. So if you're playing 5 players, you get 2 large, 1 medium, and 2 small tiles. Just so you guys know that the board can get huge based on the amount of players. So what we're playing today is just 2. Pretty small footprint on the table. You're just using 1 large and 1 small tile. But we were playing 4 players. We have 4 tiles on the board. It's kind of neat. So you get 1 tile per player. All right. Another thing we need to set up, there are these things called artifacts and legendary places. They all have the same back to them, and you put 1 on each map. So every time you play, there could be a totally different set of these like legendary places or artifact powers. They're just like crazy things that, like, if you can control them, they can usually get you extra points or extra powers. They're pretty powerful. That's my best Murloc sound. I don't know what a Murloc is, but
I don't either.
I'm assuming that's also from World of Warcraft. Are they like NPCs you just go around and like beat up, like in Warcraft 3 kind of thing? You'll put 1 of these randomly on each board on the middle section over top of the small, medium, or large symbol. So I'll just grab some random ones out of the pile here, right here. Okay, so you get 1 per player in the game, 1 on each island. Oh man. Why is it holding these for review?
I think because it doesn't know what that word is.
Yeah, but like, it's not a bad word, I don't think.
Well, YouTube isn't sure.
Like MRRWRRWWRRR was a bad word that YouTube's like, Rob, flagged.
Also, when you add L's instead of R's.
Yeah. And then when you I hope I don't get flagged for just saying that, man. Holy.
Oh, gosh.
But anyways, that's fun. Every WoW player knows a Murloc. Awesome.
Okay, so we'll have to Google that later.
I only watched my brother play it for like an hour, and I was like, man, I see what the addiction is here. I'm not ever touching this. Like, no way. But I had like 3 to 5 years of my life would have disappeared. I never would have graduated college if I got into that game, that's for sure.
Oh, Elizabeth had a Murloc plushie.
Oh my.
You cursed in Oh
you
my
cursed
God.
in Murloc. Oh man, this video's getting taken down for sure. Well, if you're here watching live, you'll get to enjoy this. This video won't be up tomorrow because I just swore in Murloc.
Yeah, and White Rabbit says, what was that again, Rob? Can you repeat that? Sorry. He almost spit that. Oh my God.
They were annoying water monsters who got cute later on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they do look kind of cute and funny. They're just like these little guys here. So they're in decline, but they made the art like colored instead of like the black and white kind of art like on the other factions when they go in decline and flip. Okay, so on the map, there are, as you'll see, caverns, magic, and entry regions. We talked about the entry regions. To enter in, the only way to get onto an island, unless you have a faction ability that breaks the rule, is enter on one of these entry regions, and you have to pay an extra cost for travel. So, for example, how it works, let's say I have, this is my faction, let's say I have these dwarves, or I forget what these ones are called. Gnomes. So if I want to go on this island here, I would need to enter in one of these entry regions. Anytime you want to take over a region, you have to put 2 of your little faction tokens down. And remember, this is active, this is in decline. So right now I make sure I put them down active, makes a big difference. So I'd put 2 here, but I can't go there. I need to spend an extra because I traveled here. It's kind of like a travel cost, so I have to put at least 3 there. I can put more, no problem. If I want to take over any other region, it's 2, and I can't go in the water space on here, but I could take over this spot adjacent. You can go now adjacent and spread out once you're on an island. So I go to this magic spot, this swamp, magic swamp here for 2, no problem. I could then go to this entry region for only 2. Because I didn't enter on this entry region, I don't need to spend an extra point. I came from here adjacent to it. So it's just like a normal territory for me, okay? If I want to go to one of these regions now adjacent that has a Murloc in it, that's any token there besides these kind of tokens or the mountains, which I'll set up too. I forgot to put those there.
No, the mountains.
Yeah, that was key. I messed that up already. Any other mountains? One more. So these mountain tokens fall into what I'm about to explain, so it makes sense. So sorry, on this spot, I would have had to actually spend 4. 2 to get in there by default, 1 because it's an entry space, and 1 because there's a mountain token making it harder to kind of climb in there. The mountain token creates an extra number I have to put in there, an extra soldier, an extra unit or whatever I have to bring in to conquest, to do a conquer or whatever that region. To do this region, it would cost 2, but there's another token here. So any enemy tokens or these neutral Murloc tokens or mountains or some other power tokens you'll see will cost you to spend extra to take over that place, and it's 1 extra token per token that's in there. So for me, If I came here with 4, I could take this one over. It would be 2 by default, plus 1 more. So I'd put a third, and that would actually take this guy out. He'd get discarded, he's out of the game. And now it's my little territory. Only one faction can ever control a single territory. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Unless there's a faction that breaks that. Again, we don't know all the faction powers. So all this stuff I'm telling you, these hard and fast rules, they get broken by all these factions. There's so much messy stuff. That's part of the fun. So that's what you do. So let's say that was an enemy there. That's what goes on.
Wait, Robinson just Googled the Murloc sound. Rob missed his calling.
Oh my god.
He must have done it good. And if Blizzard sees this, he'll do the next voiceover for sure.
Oh, I got a future ahead of me is what you're saying. Get some of that Blizzard money. Blizzard Activision dollars. Oh yeah. All right. So that's that. So we got caverns here, magic places here, mountains. I already talked about that.
Yep.
Else. So how a turn works. We talked about picking a race in a power combo. We talked about conquering regions. So your first region has to be an entry region. But after that, you can kind of go adjacent or whatever. And you also could take over like an entry region. So 1, 2, 3 here. Then my second one, I don't have to spread out from here. I could start over on this island on an entry region, for example, put 1, 2, 3 there, and then start spreading out over here also. So your first one has to be like an entry region when you enter an island. Then you can kind of spread out from where you entered. But there are factions that can enter on mountains and come up through tunnels and all this kind of crazy stuff. And then after that, there's another thing called the Final Conquest. So let's say I came in here for 4, and then I went here for 2, and then I wanted to conquer here. I would need 2 by default, plus 1 for the merman, or Murloc. I would put 2, but I haven't taken it over yet because I don't have the third. So what I can say is this is my Final Conquest. They have this little die in the game, which has blanks, has a 1, 2, or 3. If the territory I'm going into has a difference of 3 or less for me to get in there, and I ran out of tokens, I have to have at least 1 token for sure. And in this case, I need 3 to go in here, I have 2. So I'm 1 short. So I can say this is my Final Conquest, and I can push my luck and roll a die. And let's say I roll a die. Whoa, I got 3. That's crazy. So I conquered it, this guy's out, and I'm good. Okay. If I rolled a blank, that wouldn't be enough. So what I would have to do is take these guys off, and I'd have to redistribute them to other places that I already control with that faction. So I didn't take it over. I kind of failed. I'm back. When you're done placing all your units down, you then can redeploy your troops. So let's say I was kind of spread out like this, and I was done on my turn. At the end of your turn, I could say, now I can kind of shore up my defenses. So maybe in this faction here in the middle, I don't need anything but 1 there. You just have to have 1 token there to get the point for that property, that territory, that place on the map, whatever. And I could spread out these tokens like so. I could put them wherever I want to kind of, like if it's on the neighbor of my, if it's the neighbor to it is my enemy or opponents, and I'm a little worried or I'm controlling one of these cool, powerful things, I might pile a whole bunch of units on there when I'm done, which is kind of neat. So we'll show that as we play through. You'll kind of understand more about how a turn works. And then once you're done that, you then total up all your victory points for the turn, and then it goes to the next player. Show this all. Okay, that was my... Thank you, Gnomes, for demonstrating there for me. There's also, when you conquer a place, you take all the enemy's tokens off there. If it's the opponent, one of them always gets discarded. And if there are any more than 1, they go back to the opponent's hand. When I'm done my turn, the opponent can redeploy them where that faction already is. So I can like knock factions out and kind of, they fall back kind of idea. And what else was there? And in this game, so a new rule. So actually, it says right here in the beginning of the book, if you've played Small World, there are other rules in this book that are just for this World of Warcraft version. You'll see this little symbol. So if we look through here, the islands obviously are different. I talked about that because of boards, because I know you guys want to know the different rules. The entry regions are obviously different. In the original game, you just have to come in from the outside of the board. But obviously, because it's islands, that doesn't work. So they have these little entry spaces. Taking over a region, they have that little travel cost add-on and some other little abilities with tokens. You'll see that stuff later. Scoring victory coins is a little bit different. Subsequent conquests are different. I think it's just related to the travel cost. And then there's this whole alliance and horde faction bonus thing. So some factions are part of the alliance, some factions are part of the horde, some are neutral. And if you conquer a location on a turn of the opposing faction, you get an extra victory point. If you take over multiple locations of that same race or faction, you only still get 1 point per turn. But if you take out 2 separate opposing factions, you will get a point for each one. If you take out a neutral, you don't get anything. If you're neutral, taking out an opposing faction, they aren't opposing. Neutral can't get any points doing that. So only if you're playing a faction that is horde, you have the potential of getting points from taking out alliance. And if you're alliance, you then have potential of taking out horde. So there's like a little game within the game of you would watch your opponents and what they're taking and maybe try to take opposing factions. Or maybe not. Maybe you don't want to give your opponent points and you're worried that they're kind of like rocking and they're near you and you don't want them just wiping your guys off the board and getting a ton of extra points. So maybe you stay away from the opposing faction. Maybe you only play the same faction they're picking, so that way neither of you get extra points. Trying to keep it level. Or pick neutral. You pick neutral, but then neutral means you have no chance of getting points. And obviously at a higher player count, if everyone's picking alliance, this happened in our 4-player game, I noticed, I was like, everyone's kind of picking alliance, so if I grab a horde, everyone's going to be fighting me, trying to get me points, but then, like, no matter who I take out, I'm getting points from it. So it's like I don't know. I don't know the best way to play that little game yet, but it's just a cool little twist that is not in the original Small World. But yeah, the game's artwork is beautiful. The colors pop. This game is freaking beautiful, like for sure, compared to the original Small World. They definitely upped the quality, but obviously that's what, like 11 years later, that's what should happen.
Yeah.
Your game should come out nicer, I would hope. So yeah. Anything else to set up? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay. You're first. So Mel's going to pick a faction here.
So, sorry. First we start by getting 5 ones.
I knew there was some more stuff.
Yeah. And that's only so that you can...
So we start off, yes, with 5.
I'll show mine before I flip them.
Yeah. Make sure we're not cheaters. Just going to flip mine over here. Just kidding. All right.
Okay. I'm first?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what Mel does on her first turn, she has no faction. Anytime you don't have an active faction, the first thing you must do, pick a faction on your turn. So again, this first one is free, this Herbalist Forsaken. The next one would cost you 1, you'd have to put like 1 victory coin on it, and then you could pick the next one. Or keep putting victory coins on them. And I think that's why they give you 5 to start.
Yeah, I think so.
Is so you kind of can go all the way down here and get the Enraged Trolls if you wanted to. But that's giving up 5 victory points that you could have at the end of the game. So, but if you know the game well enough and you know the situations, sometimes certain special abilities mixed with certain factions might be weaker or more powerful based on the point of the game. Like what time point it is during a play. So you might notice like, wow, Mel's really doing a lot of this stuff over here. Man, if I took this faction that could then sneak in on planes here, or whatever these are, come in this direction instead of an entry space, I can then get in and try to take out her army from the inside based on this other ability I might have, and that might help me out. You know, things like that. So each of these little factions is like, their power rises and falls based on what is going on in the game. All right.
Jack is here. Hi, Jack.
Hello, Jack.
Billy. Hi, I made it. You made it. We are just starting. Okay. So I'm just going to actually take this top one, the Herbalist Forsaken.
Tell us what this does, Mel.
Yep, let's read what it
is. And if you want to read it from the rule book, which is more detailed, to make sure we understand what it does, here you go. Actually, I could bring it up on the screen, too.
Yep, I'm going to read it from here so I can see better. So the Forsaken. The Forsaken may enlist the dead bodies of their enemies. Each time they force the loss of a race token, either active or in decline, they may spend 1 victory coin to get an additional Forsaken race token. Additional tokens are received after the last conquest of the turn before the redeployment step, i.e., they cannot be used to conquest this turn. Okay.
And it shows you get 6 units plus whatever your special ability is, which is
Herbalist.
Find the herbalist.
The herbalist race understands the power of plants and collects 1 bonus victory coin for each hill region it combats.
Hills is what those are.
At turn's end. Okay. Awesome. Back to you.
So the hills are these like green locations here. Not to be confused with forests.
Yep.
So we have hills, mountains, forests, mountains.
Fields.
Fields, is it?
Yeah, so they're also right here.
Oh,
Fields,
yeah.
forests, hills, swamps,
you.
mountains, and seas.
There you go.
Okay.
Again, we've only played a couple times. I don't remember all the terminology for sure. And again, the World of Warcraft, I have like minimal experience playing it. I just know the Warcraft world, but not really World of Warcraft.
Okay, so I am going to receive 10 tokens, please.
Forsaken.
Yeah, and it looks like
is
the lady crying.
The little Phantom of the Opera mask here.
Yeah. 10.
10. 5.
Thank you.
And since her faction has this ability to get more, they have a ton. But the rest will sit here in this little tray out of play. This is like considered back in the box kind of idea. And yes, this little tray comes with it. I think it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think a tray came with the original version. And it also has this little kind of clear little topper to it here. We'll kind of keep it inside the box from spilling.
Okay. So I am going to enter this island. Right here? Yep. For 3.
So 2 to enter the space, 1 for the entry space cost.
Yes. I will then spread myself to this location here. This only costs 2 because it doesn't matter for this token. This token you don't need to pay the extra cost for. Oh, it's like a phoenix.
Never seen this one yet. So this is this is an artifact. So Mel just unlocked an artifact. This can actually move around based on where you're using the power, but it has to be like a region you control. But whoever controls that has it in a region of their own. So this is the Ashes of Alar. Once per turn, you may conquer any region on any board as if this region was adjacent. So it lets you fly around the board, basically. So normally Mel would have to keep spreading out adjacent, but now you could be like, I want this one right here, and kind of fly with your birdie and bring your people there.
Okay, well.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Before I do that.
So based on these little powers that flip up, I find it changes the game dynamic for sure. Because some people value them differently and might be fighting over them, or they might be given extra points. But if you use these to your advantage, it definitely helps.
Yeah. So then I'm going to, before I use that power, I'm actually going to move myself here for 3. So 2 to get in and 1 because of the Murloc. So that's gone.
Perfect.
And then I will use this power to conquer here.
Oh, so that works good with you trying to get your hills under control here. That's a bunch of junk.
Then I will score my points. Is redeployment first?
Yeah, troop redeployment for sure. Okay. You've done all your conquests, right?
Yes. That's going to stay where it is. I'm just going to... Actually, I'm pretty satisfied with where they are. So now I will score points. So you score points for each region you control. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I get 4 points for that. And then any points for your race, which I do not get points for that. Any points for my special power. So any hills I control. 1, 2, 3 more. And then that is all. Artifact doesn't give me any points, so that is good.
Actions here.
Yes, I put 1 out for you.
All right.
Kanji's got to run. No problem. Thanks, Kanji.
Hello, Rory. Jack's talking about Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I saw someone left us a comment about that.
Oh, yes. I haven't read it yet, though.
Yeah, about scale. Yeah, somebody left like a detailed comment on the last video where we asked that question. So it's in there. It's good. It's archived. Okay.
Wow, Aftermath got very colorful. Oh, not Aftermath.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just saw that.
All right. So I want you guys to pick my faction.
Oh.
Well, I'll take whatever. Do we want the Ethereals, the Naga, the Worgen, the Draenei, the Trolls, or the Night Elves? And you can see the abilities here. So it's Explorer paired with Ethereals, Ranger with Naga, Fishing with Worgen, Mountaineer with Draenei, Enraged with Trolls, and Portal Mage with Night Elves. I don't know what they all do. I don't even know, I don't think what any of them really do. Oh, the Worgen we played with before.
Yeah, I played with that one.
Night Elves I've seen before. I've not played with it.
Yeah, I played with them.
I haven't played with any of these factions. I only know what a couple of these powers do. If any of you know or have the rulebook open, which I linked down in the video description, feel free to be reading these as you're playing, or as we're playing, and kind of getting in your mind what you think you want me to play with. So pick whatever, even based on art or something. I don't care. Whatever you guys want.
So first, I'm just going to answer Anthony's question. So don't forget to get extra guys at the end of turn. I cannot until, so it says each time you force the loss of a race token. So I can't yet because I was first. And then Dale says, Night Elves, spend all your money. No, he can spend all his money. That's fine.
I mean, I'll try, like, whatever. I don't know if it's worth that, but Trolls, Rob. This is Jim. Oregon Fishing, this is Bernardo. All right, so here's what we'll do. Oh, Draenei, says Lynn, is how you say.
Oh, Draenei.
Draenei.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And while you're thinking, and they're still adding a few more. Oh, the Murloc probably counts. Oh, I didn't think of that. Does it?
It is an in decline something. I don't know if your ability is active or in decline.
No, both. So each time you force the loss of a race token, either active or in decline, you may spend 1 victory coin to get an additional Forsaken token during the redeployment phase.
They are considered to be an in decline race.
Okay, so I assumed I couldn't, but I will spend 1 and get 1. And I will just add it here. Sorry, thank you. I assumed that that was not.
So it was Trolls, Night Elves, and Worgen Fishing. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. 2.
So we're going with Worgen Fishing.
All right, Bernardo's the winner.
So I have to put a single coin on these guys, single coin on these guys, and we go with the Fishing Worgen.
That's exactly the same combination that I had too with that one. That's so funny.
Well, I shuffled them in.
No, I know.
We started
I know. It's just funny how that can happen.
Are you sure it was
100%? Yeah, 100%.
Okay, I don't remember, but
yeah.
Now we have Kobold. Defensive Kobolds is a new option. Those who are keeping track, think about the next ones that you might think we should go for. Okay, I might not be able to afford that depending on how much victory points you have, but I need to get now 8 faction tokens from the Worgen, which are the wolf head symbol. They're on the other side of the little tray here. Yep, right here.
Counting those out. Taylor says, "Hi Mel and Rob. I've been loving all the live streams. Can't watch them live, but in a different time zone. Been looking forward to the Small World stream. You guys rock.
Awesome.
You
Thank
rock.
you, Taylor. It's all good. Yeah, if you don't watch live, it's fine. That's all good. It's hard to meet every time zone.
Red Singing says, I like to hear you say Naga. Sorry about that because it sounds good. Oh, okay. So Matt's saying the rule is similar for the Barbarians in Small World for this Forsaken then. Okay, okay. That's good to know.
I think they mimic like a lot of the same factions. They just like paired them up with different, obviously the World of Warcraft team. Okay. All right. So we'll start my turn. I have to kind of go on an entry space. Oh, let's find out what my abilities are, right? What does my faction even do?
Let's find out.
Let's go to our rule book. All right, so let's find our race, which is the Worgen right here on the right. At the beginning of each of their turns, Worgen must choose between their human form, they immediately get 2 bonus victory coins, or their Worgen form. They pay 1 victory coin, and all conquests this turn are at a cost of 1 token less than normal, but a minimum of 1 token is still required. And then the fishing. Right here. On the left, fishing. A fishing race collects 1 bonus victory coin at turn's end for each region it controls adjacent to a lake or a sea. Kind of makes sense by the iconography. If you kind of learn these after a while, you don't need to keep looking them up because you either have the reference sheet that just has like the 1-sentence explanation, or you can kind of see based on the art on the token. It kind of like
it makes sense.
tells you. But sometimes they have like little subtle rules that you need to follow that may not be obvious. All right. So I have 8 tokens. I kind of want to go on the shore of places. It seems like is the thing to do because I'm fishing. I will spend a victory coin to become knight, whatever these guys are.
A Worgen?
The Worgen versus the humans. Oh, okay. So 1 less per place. So let's enter, I guess, up here for 2 only, like 1 less, right? Here I just need 2. I'm gonna go 2, take out this okay.
And you get that.
Oh yeah, let's see what this one is. So this is this is a legendary place. Like it's Castle Black. I see the ravens. Let's see. What does this do? Actually, we can.
I was gonna say, are you putting it up on?
I can, yeah.
You don't have to.
Right here. This is Karazhan. The race controlling this legendary place receives 1 bonus victory coin at turn's end for all other regions it controls that match the terrain type where Karazhan is located.
This is a problem.
So it never moves. So this one can move. This is an artifact. Artifacts can move around based on where they're used. But the legendary places, they are stuck where they are for the game. They don't move. Okay, so this will always be there. So hills, this is like super big for you. Like you're going to come after this because it's a hill. You get bonuses for hills. So I so see you flying in there. So this sucks kind of that this landed on a hill and you got the hill faction. It happens, but it's all good. So I took that over. Now I want to take over hills, which I should to try to stop you.
How many tokens you got left in your hand?
Only 4. So, but here, this entry one would be 2, 3, 4, 5, but I can get there for 4.
That would be 3, 4, 5, 6 technically,
6?
And you would get there for 5.
Okay.
Right, because 3 to get in, and then.
So I could roll, try to get it. Risky. Because I'd probably rather just get beside the best I can. So I will. Let's just go here for 2. Get rid of this guy. And we'll go here for 1 and here for 1. Then I can like redeploy my troops. So I will put 4 on this spot, trying to protect the tower a little bit.
Is it every other? Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't include that one. So it doesn't help me at all is what I'm saying, which sucks. But I want to see what it was. So I now collect my victory points, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the territories I control. And then for every sea or lake or whatever it's called. Yes, sea or lake. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Not this one. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, when I played that one. Yeah, when I played that one, I only literally did this because
really?
Because
it said sea or lake, right? Or
yeah, it does. It does. But in my head, I saw water. I don't see water, but there's water there.
This is gray, murky water all around the board here.
Yeah, sorry.
We're coming in on a port with an anchor. Come on, man.
I got it now when you say it.
I should have played with the blue tabletopper. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all good. No, you're right. I just didn't realize that.
Sure, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, because it says sea or lakes.
Lake or sea. Yeah.
But then it only like when it says sea or lakes, it's showing this.
Well, it's not going to show your table.
Yeah,
as the other.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Okay, so I get 10 total, right?
Yep. 5 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep.
Flipping it over. And I'm going to shuffle them so you have no idea.
Okay. My memory right now says you have 12.
Under? Which cup is the ball under? You'll never know. All right.
Okay. You're good?
I think so.
Okay, my turn. Round 2. All right. I will pick up my units.
So what she's doing now on the second turn of the game, if she's choosing to keep that as her active faction and not send it into decline, she can take back any tokens off the board she wants from that faction to redeploy them, start conquering other places. What she does, by recommended in the rulebook, it's kind of like leave one behind so that you kind of control those places. You're going to get points for them, hopefully. But she can take these off if she wants, off of any of them, as many as she wants back to the hand. But usually you kind of leave one behind on each territory you took, and then the rest you try to redeploy.
Ugh. It'll cost me 6 points to get in there with that thing. Leave me one token.
Great.
I mean, I put 6 tokens down on there. You're not coming after that. That would then give me an extra 3 points. Plus a point. Plus, okay. Okay, let's use... Yep, let's use my artifact here. So I can conquer this without being adjacent. I need to spend 6. 2, 4, 6.
So all my units are going to come off that space. I have to discard one of them.
Yeah.
But the rest I'll hold in my hand, and I get to redeploy at the end of the turn, after Mel's done all her conquering.
I will get one. Oh, I guess we can do that at that point.
Oh yeah, I am an opposing faction. You can grab it now.
I can grab it now? Okay.
So I'm part of the alliance. She's part of the horde, so she will get a victory point for every time she... one per turn taking out this faction.
Okay, and then I will do a final conquest, attempting to conquest here. I would need to roll 2 on this die.
Or higher.
Or higher. Oh, I got a 3. That one goes away. Okay. Then, in redeployment, I will spend 1 token to gain... Sorry. Just put that back over if that's okay. This doesn't matter. To gain 1 more, which I will redeploy... These guys, I need to keep 2 for 1 less. 3, 4, 5. That for 4. Yep, let's do that. Then points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 points, and then I get 1 for each hill. So that was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this artifact gives me a point for every other one. So it's 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. All good.
Whatever. All right. So I got to redeploy these. Previous turn, I will just stick them wherever because I'm just pick them right back up. Or
more, not because of Forsaken. I had 10 to start, he had 8 to start. Is that what you're talking about?
Fine.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, maybe you're talking about... Sorry.
Okay, I'll take these back. Let's take...
Oh, you're gonna just start again.
Yep. Okay. I will spend a victory point to have -1 for conquering.
Yep.
Need 3, 4, 5. 2.
That one you would need 4.
We need 4.
Because you're 1 less, right?
Yeah.
So it's 3, 4, 5 minus
Okay.
1.
So there. Here I'll go for 2.
Get 1 point.
Point for taking out the other faction. Go here. This one. Okay. Really got this dead. Done. All right, so I'll get 6 points.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, round 3. Oh, let's see here. One of my hills.
One hill.
Let's go. I just want to spread out for some more points. So let's do.
That's the objective of the game.
2 here.
Like a solid strategy.
2 here. 2 here. Okay. Oh, but then I'm just gonna. Let's go 3 here because I need to be able to get a guy back. 3 here. So we'll take out that one. And then we'll attempt a final conquest here. So I need to roll at least 1. Nope. So this will just get redeployed somewhere else. Let's go. Oh, I could use that. That's what I didn't need. Let's do that. Then for points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then for each hill is 1. So 8, 9, 10. Then for this one, we'll go back this way, 11, 12. 10. Oh, and then redeployment. Sorry, I missed that. Can I do it?
Yeah, whatever. Just go.
Okay, and then I'll spend 1. 2.
Whatever.
Let's.
Your ability, you mean?
Yeah, and I didn't even like move
You
my
spent
guys.
1 for
I
this
did.
or whatever?
I did. Really put this here.
Yes, Bernardo, it did. Yeah, Mel's played with these before. She knows this. Actually, I used these before.
You did.
Right?
I've never played them.
Yeah, I showed how these Forsaken are crazy. They're crazy just to get spread right around the board. So
Yeah.
Mel's seen me abuse them before. They're very good.
And then having this.
Yeah.
Anything
one of those.
where you
There's
can
a
get
whole bunch,
extra bonus.
like mountains.
Oh,
or,
yeah.
Yeah, there's mountains, forests.
Oh.
Anything like that. The fishing ones, this would have been even more broken.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're very good.
Yeah.
But she got lucky with the 2 this coming up. This coming up with this together. I find that these 2 usually work together, but you got lucky with like Herbalists mixing with this being on a hill.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. All right. So I'm just going to go in decline. So I'll show you guys how this works. I don't know if it's the best thing to do right now. I'm just going to do it to show it off. But you flip. Excuse me, sorry. Then I just take victory points. Sorry. Excuse me. I discard all the tokens off the board, and I flip the ones that are left. So there's 1 token on each territory, and this faction is now considered in decline. So they don't have any power anymore. So they do nothing. They just kind of sit there, 1 token on each space. They're kind of like Murlocs, but I get points still for territories they control. So I don't even get the bonus for the fishing. So I'm going to just take 1, 2, 3 points on a turn. So just to show you the contrast here of like how it's going. So now it's back to you, and you just pick. So I don't get a new faction yet until the start of my next turn, which is interesting. So it's like this whole like, do I tank a turn now? Do I stick with the same faction? Obviously my faction is not working out for me. Probably because of the decisions I'm making, but I'm just trying to show different aspects of it. Hopefully it's going across. Oh, dragon. Faction, wife, profession, sofa maker, faction ability. Remove 1 opposing husband faction token and put it to a couch territory. Faction husband, profession couch potato. Faction ability. Remove 1 token from the couch territory to take out the trash. No additional husband tokens may be played.
Oh my god.
Dragon's a game designer over here. He knows what's up.
That is hilarious. Okay. I will spend 3 to move here. 1, 2, 3. I will remove that.
No, that just gets discarded because it's the last token there.
Gain 1 since it was an opposing.
And start thinking what faction you want me to pick. Everybody. So if you want to check out the rules, they're in the video description. Open the PDF, scroll to the back, start reading the factions that you see here. Ethereals, Naga, Draenei, Trolls, Night Elves, Kobolds. And it's Explorer, Ranger, Mountaineer, Enranged, Portal Mage, and Defensive. No worries, Bernardo. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hi, Pickle.
Oh, hey, Pickle.
Okay, and then I'll put my last 2 here. I will spend, yes, I got rid of one of yours, so I'll spend 1 to get one of my guys.
Did you get the point for taking out an opposing thing?
Yep, that will, yeah. Then I will deploy this here. Redeployment. I don't want those 2 there.
Just try to explain like why you're doing what you're doing and where you're doing it and that kind of thing. Because remember, not everyone knows this game.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to redeploy in places that he could potentially come in on with his new faction that he chooses.
Yeah, because I have to come in at entry spaces with these little unless I get a faction ability that kind of like tells you can come in a different spot or whatever.
But I mean there is still some empty ones, but if you are going to come in on one of mine, I would make it harder for you slightly. So let's do that. Okay, then for points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then hills, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then for my artifact, 14, 15, 16. Okay, go ahead.
I'm being told, Dale says, take the Explorer, you need the cash. Before I go, my vote is Enraged Trolls. Okay, so any other recommendations? Bernardo's got Enraged Trolls. Dale's got take the Explorer Ethereals. Enraged Trolls got another vote there. Trolls, oh, we're going Trolls, which is down here. It's no problem. Okay, I'm taking the Trolls. Let me find my tokens if I have some here too. 1, 2, 3. So we'll make it nice and juicy for Mel when she gets to pick hers next. And if she ever picks, I'll just cash that in. And another one here, I think, right?
No, you did. Yeah, you put 1 on 1, 2, 3.
Sure. I thought I only had 2 ones.
Oh.
Okay.
No, I thought you put 1 on there.
But okay. So I'll take the Trolls. So they're Enraged Trolls. I don't know what that means, but we'll find out. So Enraged, on the left side here, for each conquest of a region with at least 2 defending race tokens, an enraged race collects as many bonus victory coins as the number of defending race tokens. Okay. And Trolls, here on the right, known to be cunning warriors, Trolls may conquer any non-empty region at a cost of 1 token less than normal. A minimum of 1 token is required. So non-empty just means an opposing race's token is there. I think that's all it means. Any square tokens. So any race tokens, including those Murloc guys. Okay. So I get 10 of these Trolls, which are this little. Oh. Okay. Don't know where to go here. So going to 1 less if it's
Yep. If it's not empty, right?
If it's not empty. Example, this one 3 costs 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but I can take it for 5.
Yeah, non-empty regions at a cost of 1 token less.
So it's gonna be 4. There.
That would be 5. But minus
less.
1 less would be 4. Yeah.
Alright, so 2, 1 started. So I took off 2, so I get 2 points. And then you're opposing or not?
No.
No. Okay. Perfect. Then.
Oh, Dragon says he's supposed to look up and say cheese. He must be making
3, 2, 1, cheese.
cheese.
And we just got posted on the internet somewhere. He just photoshopped us into something else. Oh no.
Oh no.
Put our heads on some characters from World of Warcraft.
Oh god. Yep, he said.
Awesome. So I'll go here, this port. I'll take this one out. I get 1 coin for being for my enraged.
Did I have any guys on there?
Yeah, 1.
Don't you have to have 2 or more?
Oh, is it? Oh, 2 plus.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Let me undo.
Every time you conquer a region with at least 2
Yeah.
defending race tokens, yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
But that might change where you go then.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I will just go 6, but only
5
for
for
5.
you, yeah.
I'll just do this. 2 for you, 1 goes to start, so I get 3
for
more
you, yeah.
points. And I have this 1 left. Here, 4. It'll roll a 3. But I'll try it, whatever. So I just need 3 total.
3 total, yeah. So you need to roll 2.
Oh yeah, because I 1 less.
Yeah.
So I need to roll 2 or higher?
Yep.
Nothing. Okay. Well, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I got it. It'd be a crazy lucky. So I'll just throw this here. Okay. So that's that. No points there. Just 2 points at the end of my turn. So I'll just for 5. That's it.
Okay.
Collect up your stuff.
Yeah, I'm just debating.
Oh yeah, you gotta put.
Oh, I have to put these out. Sorry.
But since you're going anyway, you just grab you up. And
I know,
go
but
with
I'm
your
just
turn.
debating if I continue with this faction or not. But I think so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You need to put them down for sure.
Oh yeah,
I
so I
see.
need to put them down. Yeah.
If you're in decline, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, let's do.
Oh, sorry, I forgot my in decline.
Oh,
victory points.
sure.
Just 2, right?
Yep.
Just take a 3 and put back a 1.
All right, let's just go here.
8 coins for the Warren. Oh, the
Worgen. You just did.
I just did. Yeah. My in decline faction. Yeah. I forgot to take the coins for these. I do that all the time. So thank you for catching me.
I'm not going to go into decline yet, I think. I'm going to do 3 here.
Okay, so
that will give me 1 because that's the... Then I will attempt a roll on this one, a final conquest. So I need to roll at least a 1. Nope. Let's just go here. And then I can spend 1.
Did you move the round marker?
Nope. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, I did not.
Nice catch.
I'll get 1 and I'll put it here. And then redeploying that. And then for points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then hills 8, 9, 10. And then for this one,
counter stuff again. I think you're short.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then hills 9, 10, 11. Oh, I was. Thank you. And then 11. And then 12, 13.
Correct.
Okay.
I think. I'm pretty sure.
You can count it again if you want.
Yeah. No. I think you missed some over
I think
here.
I missed that one at first because I just took that
Okay.
one from your 13.
All right.
Yep.
So troll time. Okay.
I'm gonna just trade for.
I have 8 to For 2.
This would be 3.
I get 1 less.
Yeah, but there was a token on it.
Okay.
But you have to come in.
There you go. Yeah. I get all messed up with these ones that are minus this on coming in. Like, I know the math normally, but then I try to take off, but then I forget, like, did I take off what? I don't know.
Yeah.
And then this one would
This one would be 4.
4 normally, but only cost me 3.
Mm-hmm.
Take this one. Third one. Take 1 to hand. I get 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
1. Where to trade in for 3. Then I will. Two, 5, 4. Yeah, all is Hail Mary. I'll try to go here with 2. I need 4, right? So I need +2. This at least. Nope. Fly back. These guys here. That 1, 2, 3, 4 points.
And then this gives you another 1.
Okay, great. And then something for this guy, 1, right?
Yep.
That's it. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely less than 12 points a turn.
I'm gonna go into decline.
Yeah, a big part of the game is timing. I know, Matt. Yeah, but I'm just trying to demo the game here and show it off. So hopefully, but I'm letting the chat pick my factions. I don't know them all, so I don't know what the right strategies are. But this is a game that does like make me want to play it more and more and more to get used to the factions. I can really see this game being a very good competitive game where if you all know the factions, it can be really, really cutthroat and stuff. So, but yeah. Punching your jaw.
Oh no, sorry.
Yeah, I warned at the start, Matt. Like we never have played Small World ever, and we've only played this game 2 or 3 times. Once at 2-player, once at 4, or maybe twice at 4. I forget, but anyways, that's it. And then this playthrough. So we're not pros. We're still new to the game, so we're gonna be making newbie mistakes, like everyone else who played the game for the first couple times. But there's so many factions and combos, like so many abilities, and it's just crazy. And these little legendary artifacts and stuff, legendary places and artifacts, so many different combinations there. It's crazy.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go into decline. Yeah. Oh, move around. Sorry. So these ones will go away.
You have to flip all the ones that are out there. They're colorless side here.
Okay. So then for points, then this flips. This no longer takes into effect. So points is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Okay. All right. Brian is here. Hello, everyone. Finished my evening chores.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay, so I just took back a bunch of tokens. I even took some off of places that already had spots on, which I know is not the most efficient thing to do. But it's showing you can do it. And then I am going to... I'll take this little flyer thing here. I'm going to fly over to here. I only need 3 here, or 2 here, right? Because I have 1 less. This one's gone. Doesn't matter because you don't have that ability anymore.
Nope.
That's what. Okay. So I'll go 2 here. Take this one out. Take this one out. Well, I guess it matters because of this being on the hill.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
matters.
yeah. That'll matter for you.
Yeah, exactly. Go here. Okay. Well, no extra points for my thing because it doesn't work good when there are a bunch of indeclines. So now I just count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for this thing.
Mm-hmm.
1 hide here. 10.
Good.
And yeah.
Okay.
That's all I got.
I am gonna go for the Naga Ranger. It's here. So I will put 1 coin. I just have to find one.
So the new faction at the bottom here is championing orcs.
So for Naga, we have you may conquer sea and lake regions. Your first conquest may even be a sea or lake region. Naga remains in the sea and lakes while in decline. And then Ranger, collect 1 bonus victory point for each forest region you control at turn's end. And then I will get 10. And she has the guy from the water staff thing.
Wait a sec.
What?
So Naga do? They can go in a lake?
Yep. You may conquer
so maybe we
sea.
were wrong about lakes being around the islands. Maybe these are called both seas and lakes? That's...
I don't know. That's just what I got from the picture, but I don't know. And that's how I played it, maybe.
But why do they have 2 names for it?
Well, that's why it says like it's split. Like seas and lakes and
why
showing
not
the same
just
picture.
call them
I don't
lakes?
know. I don't know.
If that's the case, that's poor. Yeah, how do you know?
I don't think you do. Oh. I think seas are on the larger tiles.
Oh, so we played that wrong completely. So I was getting points for being on the edge of the map, and you did it in a previous game. We were doing that wrong then.
No, I didn't do it in the previous. That's what I said to you, that I didn't play it like that.
I swear you did.
No, I only got ones from like around here. Like around this one.
Okay. My bad. Yeah, that's incorrect then, I guess.
That's okay.
Well, yeah, because that means your faction, the Naga, can only go here, right?
No, I can also conquer, it says.
Yeah, I know, but that's only additional 1, right? They don't get any other benefit but
having
one extra space in a 2-player game.
Yeah, but then it means that like it can sit there forever.
But just 1 place on the whole place in a 2-player game is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in like a 4-player game, they might have
multiple.
3?
Yep.
4 maybe?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Just like understanding the power of their ability. I thought it was crazier, but I guess not.
But it says it can stay there even when in decline, so it could just, you could get
so
one.
What should I lose? Like 5 points probably?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, who cares? Like, I'm not worried about it.
No, I feel like it was only like 2 or 3, no? Because wasn't it only like this one?
It was at least 2 turns I did it on. I want to just take away 5 points. I obviously would have went different places, but it's all good. But the lake can't be conquered. Yeah, that's why I thought it was weird.
Oh, this is lake, this is sea? Is that what he's saying?
I thought that's what it was, but...
Yeah.
Because in the regular game, the lakes and like there's water around the outside of the board on the board, but I don't know. I'm not sure if they just like, yeah, who cares? I don't care. We're just gonna move on. We'll figure that out later. It's all good. But anyways,
I just need 10 tokens
10 of the
Aquaman thing.
Yeah, the trident.
Trident, yes.
10 of them.
10, yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 1 spare in the tray.
Thank you. Okay, so I can also your first conquest may even be in a sea or a lake. So sure, why not do that? And I assume because it's not a port, I don't have to pay the additional.
Yeah, usually Matt, her thing would be untouchable unless you're playing like the troll or what was the one that like throws bombs?
Oh,
there are factions that can get adjacent spots conquered, so you probably could take care of that lake, get them out of there. But
the goblins,
they might be a way to do it.
Yeah. Okay, so if I come in on here, I'm only paying 2, right? Because it doesn't have the entry symbol. I just like swam up under. I'm assuming. Let's go here. Okay.
I don't know, what does it say?
Well, that's what it says here, but maybe in the book it
Does
has.
it say ignore travel or anything like that?
No, it just says you may conquer sea and lake regions. Your first conquest may even be a sea or lake. And they remain there in decline.
Naga are used to living under ocean. Unlike other races, they conquer sea and lake regions. Their first conquest may even be a sea or lake, requiring 2 race tokens, and they expand from there. Naga remain in seas and lakes while in decline.
Okay. So from there, then I will go here for 2. I will go here for 3. I'll come in this way. 1, 2, 3. Have 3 more. Let's come in here. Okay, for 3. Okay. Points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I get 1 for each forest that they're on, which is 2. So that's 8. And that's that. Let's see if I. So I have 3 1 or it's 2 1s. I'll take a 10.
Round mark up this right?
I did.
Okay. So I'm being told by Jim to just get the orcs. So for funsies, I will just go in decline. So I'll show you when you go in decline here, the other faction automatically gets discarded. So these guys go away. They kind of go to a discard pile here. These ones go on the bottom of this pile. And if you ever run out of these special ability ones, I guess in a higher player count game, it might happen. You shuffle the discard pile back in.
You're telling me to get the orcs. I'm curious what they do.
I don't know. Okay, so now I need a bunch of. So I'm gonna throw away a ton of victory points here.
Oh no!
For Mel to scoop up later. I know what they're doing, and I see every time everyone votes for these like lowest level ones. But it's
but maybe
all fun.
they're good for you.
No,
I don't know.
Well, I still don't think it's worth getting rid of 6 victory points to take the faction. I don't think any faction is probably that good. But obviously they do that in the game for a reason. Like maybe there are such great faction abilities at the time that it just makes sense. It's like must be grabbed. So I'm just gonna take it anyway. Like whatever. Okay, 11 for these orcs, which are. Oh no, I don't take it yet. Sorry, I don't take this yet. That's my next turn. Yeah. I'm trying to be quick, and I'm being too quick. So I'll just hold these for now. So I just flip in decline. So let's get rid of a bunch of tokens. And then I'll flip all these over, so they're just chilling.
And that wolf goes away.
Yeah, the wolf's discarded. First on the other side. Here. I'll go away also. Here.
That says the orcs are good, but I don't think 5 coins.
No,
good.
It's all good. I know, Matt. I would never. I always just pick the top faction because I don't know any better. So I always just pick them because they're free, and usually they have a bunch of gold sitting on them. So in this case, like obviously I picked the Ethereals Explorers because they have victory points on them. But maybe in a future stream we'll play like competitively when we have more players and get super serious with it. But I still am learning the game. Like I don't know enough of the factions, so I feel very like it's all good. Okay. So I just went in decline, but it's still victory points happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
Beauty.
And you don't have this any. Oh, you still have this, yeah?
I don't think that works for in decline factions.
Oh, does it not? Let's see.
That's why I think we learned that we were playing that wrong before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right in the appendix.
Yeah,
remember,
you're
before
right.
we started, I said in decline races cannot benefit from artifacts and places, effects, and bonuses unless stated otherwise. And it doesn't say...
It's a legendary place.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just going to say no. It's whatever.
Okay.
Okay, so I flip that. Your turn.
Round 8.
Nice.
Let's take some of these back. All right, what do we got here? 1, 2. So... Oh, shoot. Sorry. Yeah.
We don't care about your coins. Nobody knows what they are. We can
Sorry about that. I didn't know I was covering that.
I forgot to look.
Okay, so let's go Oh, I'm neutral now, so that's fine. Let's go here for 3. That will remove this. Let's go here for 3. And that is that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Forest 7, 8, 9. And then this 10. 10.
Okay, so now I'll put all the coins on. And orc time. Okay, so what did I say?
Oh, sorry, I'm just
a bunch of orcs. 11 of these
redeploy.
guys. And these guys are 3, 4, 5. All of them? All the tokens. 11 tokens. Okay, let's find out what the orcs do. I don't even know.
Yeah, let's see why they want you to have them.
Yeah, well, wants to see me crush with some. All orcs are natural-born conquerors. Each conquest of an alliance-occupied region is worth 1 bonus victory coin. On top of what they already get. So they're getting 1 if they conquer a blue, plus another 1. So they get. So if they take out an opposing blue faction during the turn, they get 1 coin, no matter how many spots of that faction they take off. This says any alliance occupied. So my understanding here would be I get a victory coin for each spot, no matter if it's from the same faction or another faction, as long as it's blue.
Yeah, so the way I would read this is you get your 1 for just the faction,
yeah.
and then you get 1 for every.
Yeah. Okay.
So
it's not limited like that. Okay, cool.
But I don't know.
So that's neat. I guess it's only good if there's lots of blue on the board, but she has a neutral faction, so I see that kind of being not great.
Yeah, because I don't even.
Why would I have taken these orcs? I'm not sure. They kind of suck right now.
Yeah, because I don't have blue on the board.
There's not a single blue on the board, so that was a huge waste. What else is wrong here? I know I'm being trolled. Championing. Let's see here. This is how I know.
Maybe this is it.
This is how I know I'm being trolled. So let's read this one. Championing. This race controls 1 mighty champion. I saw this token.
Oh, yeah.
So I get this little token, whatever the heck this guy is. Okay. Oh. And this guy says, this race controls 1 mighty champion. Once a turn, it may conquer any adjacent region for free, regardless of the number of enemy tokens and defenses in it. Once conquered, place a champion token in this region. The champion counts as 1 race token for defense. If another player conquers the region with the champion, it is taken prisoner. No defending race token is discarded. Owner of the champion must immediately pay their opponent 1 victory coin ransom to retrieve it. They then redeploy it like a regular race token, and it will use it again on their next turn. Okay. Okay. All right. Great. Okay, so these guys, I'm getting no points for anything, so they're like, yeah. Okay. So I have 11 tokens. Can I get like 5 points on this turn maybe? Let's see. Let's try. Okay, so I will go. I need 3. Conquer this one.
4.
4 to conquer this one. And where did these go? Okay. I'll do my champion. I'll conquer this one. Okay, whatever, man. And then, okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I have 2 left here. I'll try to go here with the final conquest, trying to get 1 or higher. I got it. All right, that's great. Super. Okay, so what do I get? 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Oh, plus an extra hill.
Yeah, plus these guys.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh,
you
sorry,
get
what was that? 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3 from an active faction plus this one.
Mm-hmm. Is 4.
4. The hill problem here with this thing.
Mm-hmm.
5. Okay, then 6, 7, 8, 9 for my in decline.
Yep.
Okay, let me just take a 10. I'll find a 1 here if I have one. So, yep. Way. Here we go. Move the round marker. Let's get her done.
Yeah.
Yeah, not 5 coins good. That sucked. I'm also not playing how I normally play, guys. FYI, I usually would spread my faction out more and go for my opponent's weakest areas. But based on my last faction, just taking out the high ones was worth points. That's why I was kind of doing that. And so I'm just continuing to do that. I don't know. See how it goes. And take over entry spaces. A different strategy.
Okay, I'm gonna go here for 3. It's gone. And then I'll attempt roll here. I would need 1 plus, and I did not get it. So let's go here.
The champion removed 3 from the board. 1 got discarded. 2 came back on the board in a different space with that faction, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just had them in my hand because I picked them up when I went on my turn.
Yeah.
I didn't actually redeploy them. Okay, so then points, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. 6 points.
Okay, so it works. Pick them up. Also, I usually never take off a spot that I have all the tokens off of, but I'm trying something different this game too, just to see, like, get some more power, try to take my opponent out, but it then weakens drive points. So yes, I'm sure I'm going to get comments later. I can't wait to read them, actually. You suck at Small World! How come you haven't played it 48 times? Alright. Guys, again, no factions to get extra points from, so I'm basically, my race is blank. And this guy.
I assume you can just pick them up now, right? And
Yeah,
move them in. Yeah, once per turn you may count. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even redeploy my stuff. Oh, I'm gonna... Yep, I forgot to redeploy last turn too.
That's okay. I didn't take over any of that stuff anyways. Just this guy. Sorry.
Oh. What do I have here? I have 8 orcs. And like normally, like look around, try to get as many points as you want, or you can. I'm going to just conquer here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine. One just here. Here for 2, 2. Here for 3. I'll try here. I think I can. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, that's the difference.
No, you
Too high
need
of a
1,
difference.
2, 3, 4. You need 4. You put
No,
1. Yeah.
2 default.
But aren't you adjacent?
Oh yes, this counts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah. So
Okay,
you only need
sure.
4.
So I need a 3 to hit it.
Well,
That's gonna fail.
Oh yeah.
So then I'll just redeploy my stuff. There. Here, this guy here. Here. I don't know. Okay. So I guess we'll in decline. 1, 2, 3. 3. Then works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And oh, this thing too, right?
Mm-hmm. You count your forests?
Oh, the hill.
Or your hills?
1 hill.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Okay. These I would deploy, and then I'll just pick them up. We're going in round 10, so this is my last round.
Yep.
For you guys.
You could go into decline.
No, but I think
you're never supposed to do it on the last turn, right? Why?
No. I think I will just capture your champion. That's it for me. Redeploy. Nope, that's fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Okay.
I'll give you the 1 victory point. Get my guy back. Right?
Mm-hmm.
1 victory point to get this champion back.
Yep. Yeah, so no race token is discarded, but you must immediately pay the attacker 1 victory coin to retrieve and redeploy it. Oh, so you would redeploy it now. And then on your turn. Yes, you would just redeploy it with, but then you pick it up. Yep, so it's all good. We just did it slightly out of order.
Okay, so I guess I'll just use it to here.
Mm-hmm.
Conquer. 2, 4.
3. Because you're Jason.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at this.
Yep.
Wow.
Nope. Put your keep that one in your hand.
Oh,
that one goes away.
Okay. +1. Final conquest. 1 extra thing on the die. Trying to take in here. Plus an extra because of mountain space. And I don't care.
And I'll just redeploy those there. No, that's it.
Okay, so then I add up points. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12 for the hill. And we just add up our score, right?
Yep.
Flip up all our point coins.
I'll make change first to make it easier.
Yeah.
One.
Oh. So I've learned picking the first faction every game, whether you know what it does or not, definitely leads to a higher score versus letting the chat pick your faction for you. I normally score in the 80s, but it looks like I'm at only 69?
101.
Yeah, see? Awesome. All right.
Oh, 33 for the orcs in the last 3 turns, though. That's not terrible.
Yeah, but imagine you picked them at the correct time, and I got, every time I took a spot that had a blue token on it, I should be in like, I should have got like 50 points for the last 3 turns if I was smashing blue tokens off the board, right?
Yeah, if I had been blue.
But also, it actually wasn't only 33 for the orcs. Don't forget the 6 that I spent wasting 6 here, which could have went to my opponent, which is even worse.
I thought about it.
And then taking them. So like I never go down more than one faction deep.
Yeah, true, but they weren't available. That's true.
Yes. GG, Mel. GG.
Thank you.
All right.
I really think it just came down to the Forsaken. Like, that was lucky that, and I didn't even have, it was right on the top. I didn't even have to pay for it.
Yeah. Going first, and we should have rolled off and whatever, because I probably would have just grabbed it, not even thinking how good it would be. But the real part was when that Legendary Palace flipped up, and it was like, okay, you get points for hills, which you've just grabbed a whole bunch of hills, and now I just revealed a legendary place that gets you more points for hills, and you also have a legendary artifact or whatever that you could just fly in and come and take over that tower on your next turn, no problem.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah, that all worked out for me.
Yeah, and that's what's cool about this game. It's like so random and crazy based on like what could just happen there and like how it could set up. Every time it's different.
Yeah.
Which is cool. So all the times we played it so far, like we've seen different artifacts and legendary places that totally changed the areas that are being fought over. Also the different islands and different sides of islands and different player counts and the amount of islands and which properties were based on seeing like you with the Rangers trying to get extra forest points. There wasn't that many forests on these maps.
No.
But sometimes you do see more forests and that would become more valuable. So I like that how different powers, different races, depending on the setup, could be higher power or lower power based on where they are in the drafting order, how much they cost to actually pick them up, versus what point of the game are you in? Like, how does the landscape look right now? And how does the faction spread your opponents have look? That may change which red or blue faction you grab.
Mm-hmm.
And which powers you want from your races, which powers on your special powers attached to them. Like, this game, I don't know how many times you need to play it to get familiar with all the factions and combinations. I don't understand why expansions are ever designed for this type of game.
Because there's so much.
Unless this is like one of your only 3 games you own and you only play this like all the time. You like, I don't know how you'd remember all these factions, what they do if you're only playing this game like once a month, once every few months. The beauty in this game, I think, is you get a hardcore group together of 4 players, maybe 5, maybe 3, but probably 4 based on BGG's recommendation. And you just play this over. Play it 2 times in an evening, 3 times in an evening. Meet up again the next week, play it again. Get really used to the factions, read them over, try to memorize them so you understand exactly how they work. That way the group you're playing with, they'll be like the game within a game of trying to grab the factions and when to push your luck, when to flip to your in-decline side, when to wait to grab that awesome faction combo. Maybe it's good this game, maybe it's not good next game based on what's out there, like as we saw. You guys think orcs and championing good together? That's probably an amazing combo together. But only if the game state says it is, which that's what I think is very cool. It's not obvious. Like, you got Forsaken. Mm-hmm. They're good, but getting them paired with, we have 4 hills available in this game. So obviously that hill power goes up. Then we get a Legendary Palace that works with that. So right there, like that faction and the timing, even if it happened later in the game, you could have seen that like, oh man, they're there. They're free. They only cost this. I see this many hills. It's just like you can start, if you play with the same people over and over again, and start getting really used to what's there, or play with people who know what they're doing. This game definitely, I see, rewarding that.
Yeah.
It's definitely a highly replayable game and definitely becomes more rich of an experience the better you know the game. Otherwise, until then, it's kind of like a random crazy fest, I find. And I like treating it like that way. I like just playing blind, picking a random faction, just being silly with it, doing the best with the power it has. But I do see where it's like, man, some of these factions here, like based on what's going on, and yes, the game is better at 4 players.
Yeah.
I highly agree with that.
We played it at 4 and it was slightly better.
It's okay at 2, but not great in my opinion. Not great at all. They put 2 on the box so they sell more copies, but I would not recommend this game for a husband and wife combo or just 2 gamers. There is 1,399 amazing better 2-player games than this game. But at 4 players, we had a freaking blast with this game. It's awesome. It's like craziness. I love it. At 4 players, this game is great.
Yeah, we haven't played it at 3, but 4 for sure,
Yeah, I want to play it at 5. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Like, there is downtime, but the beauty in this game, the downtime, you're constantly, on your downtime, you should be reading this sheet. You should be reading the reference sheet, checking out what factions and powers are working here in the draft, and preparing for your chance to grab whatever, and knowing what is there, and knowing what your opponents might grab. because you may need to go in decline before you think you should, just to grab a more powerful faction for a certain point in the game, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, that's a part of the game that I haven't mastered yet.
Yeah, there's not much downtime unless you freaking know the game like inside and out. But even then, you should be watching your opponents, kind of what they're doing and where they're trying to take over and what they got going on.
Yeah, and making sure that they're using the correct amount of tokens and that too, because that's huge.
Yeah, because as you just saw, like, I don't know the game that well, so I'm like, I don't know how to math and put what where and whatever. But yes, this is a game. Yeah, I'd love to play it a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah. Game, Monopoly, and the Star of Collection. Yeah, and I think Jim's making a point. I think if you're ever scoring more than 10 points on your turn, is my assumption, you're doing good. If you're scoring less than 10 points a turn, something's wrong. If you're scoring higher than 10, you're doing well. Because any of the games where I've gotten like super high points like that, it's like I was making sure I was getting like 11 or higher kind of on a turn. And that's the math I was kind of using when I played this game before, and I was being like very competitive with it. I would look around and be like, if my in decline faction, plus if I take over at least 2 or 3 more spots, plus my special power ability, do I score 10? No, I don't. Go in decline. That's how I looked at it. If I want to take my time and think the game through, which you totally can do, you'll just have every other player around the table staring at you going, hurry up, man. We're doing nothing on our turn. Hurry up. That's the only thing this game can lead to downtime, but you should be plotting and strategizing and reading abilities and stuff as that's happening. But that's the only real downside. Yeah, 10 points is a good deal. That's how I felt, Matt. Based only on now playing 3 times, I think, or 4 times. That's how I knew I felt like it was good. Like I came out at the end and I had like more than 80 points. Was when I was like rocking, like 10 plus points a turn. That's just how I kind of felt. And like if you're getting 5 or 3 or 6 points a turn, that's when you know, like, man, you definitely didn't go in decline when you should have. You're like now past your prime. I think Matt's saying that's good. I'll take Matt's word for it since he's played a ton, I'm sure.
Yeah, he said he's played a ton of Small World.
Matt, have you played this one or just Small World? Have you played Small World of Warcraft? And do you own Small World and or any expansions? And would you ever consider getting Small World of Warcraft, or would you just stick with Small World because it's similar and there's no point? Like, I've never played Small World, but I would say if you didn't play Small World and you're interested, I would probably say just start with this one, because I'm assuming the other one might just go out of print. Maybe they might stop selling it and just start selling this one now. I don't know. Maybe this one's only like going to be made for a year because they only have the World of Warcraft license for like a year. Who knows? Because it's IP based, right? They can lose that license in a year, or maybe have only paid for the IP rights for a year and still sell Small World and kind of do this to just like pull in some new players to the hobby. You have a Small World's Collector's Edition.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that existed. Yeah, I think this one, based on like the rules tweaks, based on looking at the older version, I think like it's very similar. But the components look like they're better quality. The art and graphic design pops off the table. It looks beautiful. I'm not into World of Warcraft, but the fantasy art, I love fantasy theme.
Yep.
So it just looks beautiful on the table.
To me, it's like more like orcs and trolls and stuff. Like I don't know World of Warcraft, so it doesn't matter.
We know from playing a ton of fantasy games what like a night elf, a kobold, a gnome, an ethereal.
Like there might be things that are specific to that game, but to me it just looks the art is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like Matt's saying, he wouldn't get this because he's played it on Small World.
It's more of the same.
People have been playing Small World since 2009, and a lot of people get in the hobby. That's one of the first games they say, kind of like, get this for area control. It's like fairly, like medium level. It's not too complicated. You can play it with anyone. You can teach it pretty quick. You can get playing pretty quick, but it rewards extra plays. But if you're new to the hobby at this point going forward, I would just say grab Small World of Warcraft. But you probably can grab a used Small World for like dirt cheap now. If this has come out and people want to get this, there'll be people selling their old stuff for sure. Jim hasn't played in 6 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because this is a game, I would assume that you play a bunch and then you move on to other more advanced area control games. Like, I would personally like to play a game like Blood Rage over this. But Blood Rage is more expensive, has miniatures, a little more complex, but not much more complex at all. But it's just a little more hardcore. Like
it's longer too, no?
It is longer, yeah.
Right, so I guess it depends on all of that.
But that game also, because the drafting, the powers, and all that stuff, that one also rewards, like, the players all at the table all should be at a similar level and played a bunch of times to know what they're doing to draft the cards properly. This kind of suffers from that. You want everyone to be playing this game at a similar level.
Yeah.
Or just do what I do and randomly pick your factions, and that will kind of level out the random stuff. Or maybe purposely pick a faction that's like 5 down every time to give yourself a disadvantage. I played online a lot. Dragon says, Ethnos seems a little better with the same twisty area control. This is actually similar to Ethnos, yes.
Yeah,
I didn't even think of that, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, which we have played semi-recently.
Yeah. This game looks prettier than Ethnos,
Yep.
but Ethnos is not ugly by any means. It looks nice on the table. It's colorful and everything. Yeah, lots of replayability, variable player powers on the different factions in Ethnos. Yeah, I didn't see that. It's a very good comparison. An alternate game, I would say. Both probably within a similar price range too.
Matt says, though, it's a really good game, but after many dozens of plays, it gets old. I could see that.
Yeah, definitely.
I could see that.
Yep.
But it's something that you could bring out every now and again.
Yeah, that's how I'm going to treat it. I'm keeping it in the collection. I'm going to treat it and bring it over to when we have at least 4 players at like a family function.
Yep.
I definitely want to play with some other players we play with. We already played it with a few of our play group. But I definitely want to show some others. Because it is like more lighter. It's not brain draining, and it doesn't take all night. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely a game I would bring and play this plus another game in the same night kind of thing. Kind of a warm-up kind of game maybe. But it's not a filler by any means. But yeah, I also really love Ethnos, so I think that's why I like this game too. It's that similar kind of feel. Yeah, area control. I'm down with area control. Really cool game. Oh, he's making faction profession tokens, but laptop's having issues. Ah, okay. No worries, Dragon. Post them later in the Discord.
No worries. And like Billy says, I feel like getting this just for the World of Warcraft, and that might be a thing. Maybe people don't like. And sorry, he says I never played Small World, so maybe if you've never played and you're looking at both, you're like, oh, I like this theme, so.
And that's what I think they did with this IP. They grabbed this IP to pull non-board gamers, aka like video gamers, into the hobby through this. Because it's like kind of like a Ticket to Ride level game. A little more advanced maybe. Mm-hmm. But the same kind of level. And yeah, somebody might be like, oh, they have a World of Warcraft board game. I'll try this out. And then they get it and they're like, ooh, there's a Days of Wonder Asmodee catalog inside the box. What are these other games? Oh, this one won awards. This one won awards. Maybe I'll try that game. Maybe I'll try this game. And then you pull someone into the hobby. That's what I think this is designed for. I don't think they slap World of Warcraft on here to get board gamers to buy this game.
No.
This is meant for new people to the hobby, I think. But if you're in the hobby and just want a nice, like, lighter area control game that doesn't take all night and it looks pretty on the table, this is where I would start. I wouldn't get Small World. I would grab this, or like Dragon said, Ethnos probably. I would grab one of those two. They're both very close for me. I would compare them both, but Ethnos feels very unique, though. There's something about that game that's like unique. I don't know what it is.
Oh.
Ligator wants us to play again. Another stream, we will. Another stream. I want to play this at a higher player count. This game definitely shines at 4 players, like it says on Board Game Geek, based on what we played so far.
Yep.
I have to try it 3 and 5, but the 4 player was like, I see why people like this game a lot.
Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth in the 4 player.
And like, I would have my eyeball on a certain faction, and I'd be like, yeah, I'll grab that faction in a minute. I could wait, maybe that faction will bubble up a little more. But if I also wait, someone else might go in decline before me, and they might even grab that faction. So like sometimes I would just like tank my faction, just even though I probably shouldn't have at the time, because I really want to grab some other faction. Plus the more point tokens sitting on a faction might make you just be like, I want to grab that before someone else does too. So Brian says, Small World is ruthless at 4 players.
Yeah, that's how it felt.
That's where I think the game shines. 2 player was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
not
it's
really
okay.
Like, yeah.
I mean, it works. You can play a 2 player, but BGG is right. Best at 4.
Best at 4 for sure.
Yeah.
But you can play it at 2.
Yeah.
It works.
It's doable. That's what we said. Yeah,
the same
it works.
Thing with Ethnos. Ethnos is better at more players.
Yeah, we played it on one of our Thursday night casuals for yeah.
And it was okay.
Yeah.
You can play it. It's not broken or anything. It's just not as exciting.
Yeah.
That's all. But it works.
Exactly.
Well, this suffers from back in the day when they used to just slap. They still do this, where they'll slap 1 player or 10 player or 2 player on a box for a game that has no right at being at a certain player count. They just kind of like tweak it so it works that way. One I always heard about was Seven Wonders.
Mm.
The 2-player game in the original Seven Wonders was like so garbage that like the community was like tweaking it, trying to make it a good 2-player game, and that was what spawned the whole Seven Wonders duel. They're like, all right, we'll make a real 2-player version of the game. But yeah, Seven Wonders is supposed to be like never played at 2-player, the original version. 1 to 99 player rolling rights. Perfect! My game group meets up. We always have 99 players and we were looking for a game to play. Good thing they have these now.
Yeah.
Super! We always had to break off in separate game groups and play separate games. Now we can all play together.
That's funny.
We can all play Bingo, the board game. Yeah. Whoa. Who are you calling casuals?
No one here is casual.
No. Well, Well, I play this game casual.
No, but
Legacy Bingo.
Are you saying casual gamers or casual per game? Because I just think of people as like casual
Great
gamers.
for the entire office. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Brian says, I think that about a lot of games that have player counts greater than 4. Yep.
Yeah.
Locator, sorry man. You have to wait for the expansion to add the extra player in to get that 100 player count in some of these games.
Yeah, Brian, I understand what you're saying, that it can get boring waiting for your turn to come back around in games that have lots of players.
Yeah.
Unless it's a very exciting game. Like we play, like our biggest, what is Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, a board game I would say is our like longest playtime game that we play.
With that many players. Like we played with 7.
Yep.
But it's so exciting that even on your turn, there's so much happening with other players at the table that it's...
And people are asking you, like, can you align with me? Like, people can you support me or near me if not? And even so, you should be on your turn plotting and planning and seeing what other people are doing around the table. That's what I like about that game. Even though it could have downtime, if you have downtime in Game of Thrones, a board game, you're playing it wrong. Like, you're going to lose. You're not the winner of that game, for sure.
Yeah.
And yes, Mage Knight has a lot of downtime, too. These kind of games, like, you can only pay attention to your opponent, what the opponent's doing for a bit. But if they're just looking at hidden information, that gets boring.
That's true. And Mage Knight, we've only ever... You played a solo and then we played 2 players.
Yeah, we've played Mage Knight 2 players. I've never played it with more.
Yeah.
I think I ever will.
I think it was fun at 2.
Yeah, definitely was fun.
And maybe so because I was still kind of new to the game, so you were helping me a little bit, like, through my turns, but...
Can you imagine
oh my god.
Mage Knight?
I think we would... No. I don't even think we said we ever want to play at 4.
I wonder how long that would take. Like, 2 weeks straight of playing? Like, taking shifts? Like, what do you do there?
Yeah, call me in half an hour when it's my turn.
You rent a cabin in the woods or like a hall. You rent a hall and you just play there for a week.
Robert, I couldn't even imagine Everdale
yeah,
at 3+.
Everdale, I can see that.
3, we played 3 though, right? With Chelsea?
Turn a week.
We played Everdale at 3.
Yeah, we've played Everdale at 3
Not
player.
at 4, but we played at 3 and it was okay.
I don't remember if Everdell was that bad. Like, I feel like I was always thinking of what to do on my turn. I was eyeballing what cards were available. Kind of, I was always reading those, what are they called? The events that are up on the tree. I'm always, like, rereading those on my turn. Like,
yeah, do I have all of this yet?
Yeah, not on my turn. I'm, like, looking, like, are these guys showing up yet? Should I go for that one yet? Like, I'm kind of looking at my tableau. Yeah. I feel like in that one, I always have something to do, and I'm kind of glad to have some downtime in that game. There are some games where you can't do anything. You literally do not care about what your opponent's doing. And those are bad games, in my opinion. Those are usually bad games. Or at least, they shouldn't be played at that player count. They become bad games. Dale says, I played Everdell at 4, and there was an AP guy, analysis paralysis.
Oh.
It never hit the table again.
Oh. We've played with analysis paralysis people before.
I only do the AP thing if everyone at the table is very experienced with the game. I might take an extra minute to kind of like make sure before I make this move, I'm not walking into someone else's trap or I'm playing inefficiently as best I can. But if I'm playing with newer players at the table, I will make the most inefficient, quick play turn. I don't even care. I want to keep the game going because I want them to ask me to come back to play games. I want them to want to play more of my games. I want them to continue to play with me. So sometimes I will sacrifice efficiency just to take a fast turn. And I don't know. That's just me trying to be like a good teacher or a good, like, you know, make it a happy game experience. But yeah, I will AP it if everyone else at the table is doing it and or is very experienced.
Or sometimes if it's like the final last 2
Yeah, if
rounds,
it's the very
maybe
last
you're
round
like,
of the
okay,
game.
I
Yeah.
need to get maximized points
Yeah.
here. So
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, very last round of the game.
Yeah.
I don't care how long you take. I don't want any rollbacks after points are total.
Yeah.
Like, make sure your final turn gets you as much as you can. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
Yeah.
And everyone watches to make sure that person's like not accidentally getting too many points and stuff. Jack says the worst downtime game is an old war game. I forgot the name, but you had to fill out paperwork to play.
Oh gosh.
Isn't that like every war game that's like that? All those old war games, those GMT games.
Brian's
Oh my god.
Sorry, Brian's asking, is Scythe better at 4? Yes.
Yeah, Scythe's
Versus
better
2?
than
Yes. More. Yeah. We have a video of us, and
yeah,
it's
Scythe
not
is
as
no
good.
fun at 2 players.
Yeah, 4 is better.
The reason some of these area control style games, like Scythe has area control in it. There's a game we used to play, Sons of Anarchy, that we loved. That was like kind of like worker placement area control kind of thing. This game too. Any game where it's like a shared map. Also, Game of Thrones, the board game, same problem. If you have a giant map to play on, and that map is full of empty territory, and there is no pressure of people fighting and contesting over the same regions, the game is being played wrong or designed wrong or shouldn't be played at that player count. Games become way more filled with pressure, high intensity. Once you have too many people wanting too few places.
Yeah.
About Catan. I don't remember Catan really that much. We've only played Game of Thrones Catan and probably played it like 5 to 8 to 10 times maybe.
But we never played 2 players though.
I don't think we ever played that game less than 4.
Yeah, we only played 4
maybe
players.
Maybe 3 we played Catan at. And I'm not a huge Catan fan or gamer. Catan's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Game of Thrones Catan's cool because it
Yeah,
has
it was
Game
fun.
of Thrones on it.
Yeah, and there was some different
There's a
mechanics.
wall?
There were some different mechanics in there
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Which was fun.
And I had cool characters on all the cards. We're still trading sheep though, I think, right, in that
Yeah,
game, or
yeah.
wool or whatever.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Felt very weird. It's a weird mashup, but board looked cool. We're playing with Game of Thrones characters, and it had a wall and wildlings, so that
Yeah.
automatically made it the best version of Catan, in my opinion.
Yeah. But I don't think we've ever played regular Catan.
No, I've never played regular Catan. I have no care to play regular Catan.
Yeah.
I played giant Game of Thrones Catan at Gen Con one time. That was fun. Need wood for your sheep?
Yeah, exactly. Ryan says, I hate Blood Rage at 2, honestly, even
Yes.
3.
Blood Rage is garbage at 2 also.
Yeah,
And that's another one.
we've only
Yep.
played that at 4 players too, right?
Yep.
4 or more.
I think we tried at 2 learning it, but again, it was the same
Yeah.
thing. You play it that way to learn it, but then never play it that way again.
Yeah.
Because again, the board's too big. There's not enough going on. There's not enough players fighting over those same locations. This
Yeah.
suffers from that too.
For sure. White Rabbit's got to run.
Anyways,
See you later.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
So thank you all for watching. Thanks for everyone hanging out and chatting after. We're back tomorrow with continuing Aftermath. Most likely our last stream of Aftermath is tomorrow, we think. We're going to play a couple missions tomorrow. And then we have Painting with Mel, the next episode of that. That got unlocked. We reached that Patreon goal. Thanks everyone for the support. She is now going to do a monthly Patreon, or a monthly painting stream, thanks to Patreon.
Yes.
Hitting a goal. I'll be there moderating the chat as Mel's request. So come in, ask your questions. Mel will be focused on painting, but I'll bring up your guys' questions and chat and comments and stuff. We'll pop them up on screen and talk while she paints, and you guys can interact with her.
Yep.
I'll just literally be a chat moderator, so you can chat with me.
And yes,
Jim, it is the Balrog from Lord of the Rings: Journeys of Middle-earth. So come and give tips, recommendations, or Mel will just do it her own way.
Well, I've seen something.
We're doing it pink and purple, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Pink and purple. We're doing it
Maybe
the
with
same
some
colors.
blue.
We're doing it the same color palette as Small World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Like box cover. So baby blue, some yellow, a little pink on the top. That's okay, right? Just kidding.
I've
I'm
seen
so kidding.
something that I'd like to mimic, so we'll try. We'll see if I can do it.
With
yeah, yellow stripes. Yeah, exactly.
Good point. Yeah, yellow stripes. Good
yeah.
idea.
But I've seen something, and I want to try to do it. So we'll talk through it, and we'll see if it works.
And then we're back again with episode 3 of Lord of the Rings: Journeys of Middle-earth, Shadow Paths campaign playthrough. That's scheduled for Thursday night right now. Friday, we're playing this game.
What's it called again?
Something about bones.
Not enough.
I've got more bones. More bones than I need.
Or not enough when you need them.
Not enough bones when I wish I could roll more bones. I forget what the game's called. Yeah, TMB. I'm not sure what it is. Anyways, it's some game with dice and chips and neoprene mats. I played it once or twice.
It's very fancy.
Pirate Bones? Yeah, I think it's Pirate Bones. That might be the one. Dem Dry Bones. Yeah. Dem Dry Bones. Roll the bones.
Yeah, something like this. Something like that.
Some weird game. Operation.
Yeah, that's what we're playing. Operation.
Has some tweezers, a little red nose, buzzes at you. I don't know. Anyway. An adequate supply of bones.
Oh my god, you guys are hilarious.
I'm
Never
trying to be
enough
serious
bones.
here.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to be serious. Operation Legs.
Oh, there you go.
Anyways, Friday. Mel and I, and if we hear back from Justin, maybe Justin might join us if he's off. I don't know if he is or not, but we'll at least play 2-player, Too Many Bones, and we're gonna mix in some splice and dice. We're gonna try probably one of the new Dart or the Lab Rats, and we'll just grab one of the Tyrants from Splice and Dice, one of the pre-made Tyrants. I think we'll just play to kind of get back into Too Many Bones.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we'll schedule some where we're like building a Tyrant along the way, trying out the other Dart or Lab Rats. We'll try some of those other Tyrants. We'll build some Tyrants, play some Tyrant minigames. We're only going to play a little bit of Too Many Bones, though, until we hit the 10K subscribers, which we're approaching on the channel. And then what we've decided is we're going to play in one weekend, 24 hours, so 2 12-hour streams on a Saturday and Sunday. We don't know which weekend it is yet, obviously, because it'll depend when we hit 10,000 subscribers. So if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed to the channel and you want us to play more Too Many Bones, subscribe, because we're going to just literally play Too Many Bones with Splice and Dice stuff. We'll play different Tyrants, different gear locks, play the different Tyrant modes. We'll do the Nobulus Apprenticeship mode. We'll just try a whole bunch of Too Many Bones playthroughs and discussion and whatever, because that's what I want to do on my channel for our 10K celebration. I don't want to follow what everyone else does. I'm doing my own thing. It's Rob's Gaming Table. I'm going to do what I want to do on my celebration weekend. So if no one wants to watch, I don't care. I'll be playing Too Many Bones for 24 hours.
Oh, these are so funny. They're
Come
both...
and join me. 350 alt accounts to make tomorrow.
They both are the same thing.
Yes, Man and Dragon, great minds think alike. I love it.
They want to see this Too Many Bones.
But anyways, yeah, so we'll talk more about that in our Too Many Bones stream on Friday, where we're just going to play some casual Too Many Bones. But we should hit it in the next few weeks, I think. And if we do, I'll schedule that weekend. We'll try to get Kyle involved. We'll get Justin involved. We're going to teach some other players Too Many Bones in the meantime. So hopefully we have other players showing up and rotating in, and we can play at different player counts, try different gear lock combinations and Tyrant combinations and modes and baddies and all this stuff. We got all the Too Many Bones stuff. So
with help from you guys on what encounters we do, maybe what Tyrants we play, what gear locks you want us to play. Lots of help from you guys as well.
Exactly, yes. Stream. Like all our recent Too Many Bones streams we played. We'll do polls for picking certain things. You guys can help us make decisions on the back of encounter cards, all that kind of stuff. Get involved.
Yeah. So we're going to play with you guys.
Super casual, kind of we'll just play like, kind of just go with the flow based on who's here, what we want to play, how much time we have, that kind of thing. But we have to keep them under 12-hour streams so that YouTube doesn't throw them in the trash like our last 24-hour streams. So we're going to do 2 separate 12s.
It's a little easier on our bodies as well at this point.
And yeah, we're old people and that just, and also it works for having other people join us too. So I can't see a lot of people joining us at like 3 in the morning, but they might join us at 8 p.m. So
or at 12 in the afternoon.
Or 12 in the afternoon, or 9 in the morning, or whatever we do.
Yeah.
So yes. So that is a little announcement. I wish we kind of talked about it in our Q&A stream, but we'll talk more about it as it comes up. It might even happen after our next Q&A stream, so we can talk more about it then. But
plans are in motion when it happens.
Yes. So
and
that's what we've kind of decided.
And then just Saturday.
Oh yeah, and Saturday we're playing Mansion of the Madness. We're bringing that back to the table. So what we're going to try to do every weekend in October, we're going to try on Saturday afternoon, maybe it'll be a Sunday, but at least on every weekend in October, we're going to try to play like a horror theme game. So we're going to do Mansion of Madness this weekend. We're going to try to find other players to join us on other weekends if we can. We'll try like playing Horrified, Last Friday, Fury of Dracula, these kind of horror games that we have that we love, and they need to get to the table. Every time October comes around, these games usually get pulled off the shelf, and this year will be no different, except for this year we'll be playing them on stream, which we usually... I don't know. We haven't really in the past.
No,
but,
we haven't really in the past.
Yeah, so...
And Halloween's on a Saturday, so that's exciting.
Yes, Halloween's on a Saturday, and I assume a lot of people aren't going out because of COVID, so we should be here streaming in the afternoon, at least for us. We'll play something that day. Maybe we'll have some friends over and stuff and play some like hardcore horrified or something. Most horror game, Monopoly. Oh wait, that's horrible. Yes,
That's very true. That's very true.
Yes, Jim, Lord of the Rings is better, but it is not horror themed.
Yeah.
I guess that could be argued.
It could?
Yep.
How?
There's horrible monsters in there that scare you and make you lose sleep, and there is fear cards. It's basically a reskin of.
Yeah, it's the same thing. One dice, one step.
Yeah, it's not truly horror.
Yeah. I think
some of those orcs are scary.
I think Orbit might have missed. Yes, we are playing Journeys of Middle Earth on Thursday.
Stream is scheduled already. It is scheduled for Thursday. We got confirmation from Kyle. 8 p.m. Thursday again, same night as the last couple times.
Yep.
You can go set reminders already. It's in the playlist. It should be. If it's not, I got to add it.
It's there.
But it is on the page. I just don't know if I put it in the playlist.
Oh, I see.
That might be why maybe Orbit didn't. I will throw it in there.
So lots coming up this week.
Yeah, so lots is scheduled already. Go to youtube.com/Rob's Gaming Table. You see the upcoming live stream bar, and you can set reminders. Click on the reminder button for whichever streams you care to watch, so you get reminders. And even if we adjust the times or dates, you still should get reminders.
And tell your friends to subscribe so we can hit that 10K faster and get to that Too Many Bones celebration.
Yeah. Go find any of our other Too Many Bones playthroughs and just share them like randomly in different groups and stuff, and be like, yo, this guy's got too many bones, go subscribe, and then we'll just get it going. But anyways. Or find someone on the side of the street, just push some random and hey, you gotta subscribe, like get them up there. Anyways, just joking. But yeah, whenever we hit it, no rush. Yep. But when we hit it, we'll figure out that weekend. We'll schedule it like a weekend or two after we hit the 10K, and then so probably I would estimate like early November. But heads to see Discord. I used to post in there, but I felt like I was being like annoying. So I don't like going to places and posting my stuff as much because I just feel like a annoying jerk. But
yeah, you don't want to feel like you're spamming.
But I know that's how I found a lot of people that I subscribe to. Was like, I don't know how some of these people, they don't show up in my YouTube feed. The only way I find them is if I'm in a gaming group and then they pop up, a video pops up. I'll go, oh, this person plays this game. I like this game. I'm in the group for this game. Let me go watch their videos.
Exactly.
So. But yeah, thank you everyone for sharing the videos. Anyways, we're going to take off. I'm going to go make sure those streams are all in the proper playlist now that I just remembered that. But anyways, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.